So, welcome back to the Lost Begotten channel. I'm kind of turning this fun little process into a thing. I hope people don't mind. But, I got some tricks up my sleeve. I've been doing this for years, and there's some parts of this stuff that's really interesting. And what I want to say about the reason why I'm bothering is because my setup is cheaper and simpler than any other setups. I don't have any filters. No filters on this fish tank. Okay? I have seaweed tumbling in a circle and a bunch of chetamorpha growing. Okay? And to breed clownfish, I'm basically going to let the babies fall through the overflow into my basically current free sump, where the pump has very little power. Right now, we are bristle hunting. By bristles, I mean bristleworms. Ooh, and our silly ass snail is on the glass. I was trying to stand in the path of the light. And there is a bristleworm currently heading to my trap, which is weighted down by rocks and filled with flake food. And to make a trap, I used an egg drop soup container because I'm trying to get the worms out of this here rock area, because I have anemones to worry about and a female clownfish that really wants to spawn. And I thought I was doing them a favor by putting some of that clean sand down here. If they liked it, I was gonna make a bed until I got the anemone. Debating on how soon I want to get the anemone, because I pissed mine off earlier today and it made me all paranoid. So to explain, flake food can just float around this thing. Okay, this is an AquaClear 50 acting as a sump filter. And, you know, as you can see, all you got to do is block off this thing somehow. I plan on blocking it off much better. There's my maroon clown that I can't decide what to do with. Okay? But basically, here's the idea. This tank down here is going to breed pods. Okay, note the rubble. And little baby pods are going to swarm in this, and more importantly, in the... I've seen people with a macroalgae tumbler. Well, macroalgae tumbler meet real life open ocean seaweed, where tiny baby fishes like to go to begin with. That's where they should be able to find their natural food, so that's how I'm doing this. And yep, it's kind of an experiment, but I used to observe the life that I had on my last tank, and I basically grew any kind of coral I put in there with very little trouble, unless I overbought or something. It was a small system, similar to this system, but I'm going smaller on the show tank and bigger on the Orphidium by basically 220s. So I'm hoping that there bristleworm goes into the little thing. He's probably retreated because I turned on the lights when I shouldn't have. But as you can see, I fished one out with some chopsticks earlier. And I'm going to flush his ass down the toilet, as I will with any of the other ones that come out. A stupid snail knocked down my Acupora, and I just stuck it in a hole in a rock. Speaking of stupid snails, this one's being excessively stupid right now. So, haven't caught my first worm yet. It's only been like 10 minutes since I put the damn thing in there, and there's already worms just coming over here and snooping it out. That one was trying to go in there, and I stopped it by putting the light on. And there's another big son of a bitch back there. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. Nah. Alright, so it won't be long before I catch some of these guys. There's a big bastard coming out of the rock right there. Go. But what I'm after isn't so much these red ones, although I do want to get them out of here so they don't eat my fish eggs. But there are some ones with black spines, and apparently those are really poisonous. And I've been stuck by a bristleworm before. It ain't like, you know, painful, but it's not pleasant because it just kind of freaks you out. You got a bunch of things sticking in your finger, you know. You don't want them to go in deeper, so you got to act quickly. You know, tape works. Away from you. Brush the tape away from you. Slide it off away from you. You know, let the adhesive do its thing. But so that's a weird hole that got dug in the sand. I have to figure what that is. So anyways, steak knife, cut a star-shaped hole in there best you can. Pop it through the bottom side. Maybe your camera will focus on it. Okay, pop it through the bottom side there. And, you know, kind of like a fish trap, only no neck for them to sniff their way out of. The hole has to be, you know, hidden, kind of up in the top and necked out to where if they try to crawl through it, they might get stuck if they're a big fucker. I'm definitely hunting a big fucker, so that's my method. And that is all for now. I thank you for watching. Please click the like button if you enjoyed this video, found it informative, said, ew, gross, look at that worm. Or, you know, just feel like being nice. It's a nice thing if you don't hate a freaking video to click the thumbs up. Just saying. And, look at those adorable clownfish. Come on, we want to make them have babies. You want to encourage them. Send the positive energy. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Peace, everybody.